Hello, this is Brian. I want to welcome you to my second edition, Volume 2 of Southern California Fall Color. So today is the start of my video, and today's October 24th, 2024. I have not really gotten an earlier start like I would have liked to on this video. It's been hard for me to come across some good fall color because it's been a pretty slow and late start. However, it's starting to occur now, and I want to present to you 2024's fall color season. So today I want to start off by looking at some of the starting hints, as today, again, is October 24th. Being down here in the lowlands of Southern California, you can expect things to start changing quite a bit later. A lot of times November is when you start seeing really the leaf color change, and a lot of times we'll get it well into December. So this is again going to be another video that runs from October to December, through December, highlighting some of the awesome fall colors that you can find if you know where to look. So some trees change earlier than others. That's typical for pretty much any region where you have these deciduous trees that shed their leaves in autumn and early winter. So today we're going to start off by checking out some of the stuff that's starting to change, and I'm going to start getting up to some of these right now because I'm hiking near the edge of Mission Trails Regional Park here on the Santee side. We are starting to get some, so let's go take a look and see what we got changing right now in late October. Starting us off, California box elder maple, Acer negundo subspecies californicum. This one's starting to turn a nice pleasant yellow. Yellow is going to be pretty much your most common fall color here in Southern California, especially down here in the lowlands. You will get some more variability in color as you go higher up in the mountains. But we have a nice, beautiful population of California box elder. Now these won't change the brilliant oranges and reds that you'll see in New England, but these will be changing more of a pale yellow, sometimes a quite bright yellow, depends on where you are, what elevations you're hiking. But look at that, there's some box elder changing color right there. So this video is going to kind of introduce the fall color scenes here in Southern California. Now, usually the higher up you go in the mountains, the more brilliant your fall color is going to be, typically. However, we do have a few natives here in the lowlands, a few native plants, not just trees, but shrubs and vines, that are also known to change nice colors. So we'll be talking about those as the time comes along. Now, we do have a slight hint of color on some of these other species as well. Right there we have Salix Goodingi, Gooding's black willow, and it's starting to change. A lot of these will be more colorful in, I would say, mid to late November and even December. So that's why my fall color videos will often run into the earliest days of winter, because fall comes later here. In fact, today is supposed to be 85 degrees later, so now you can see why fall color gets a very slow start here in Southern California. Now, last year I focused more on the natives, and I did throw some non-native ornamental trees in the mix. So I'm hoping this year I can throw some more non-native ornamental trees, as those ones tend to be the ones that have more of a very variable color change. But then we also have the start of these here. These are Fremont cottonwoods, Populus fremontii subspecies fremontii, right here. And we got some more brilliantly changing maples over here. Oh, these box elders are changing a lot more. And again, box elder, California box elder is a type of a maple. Acer negundo subspecies californicum. Now it's starting to get a pleasant yellow. Now when they're starting to a little bit, there's a lot of California box elder here. And there's a lot of Fremont cottonwood. In fact, here's a close-up of a little young California box elder maple. Looks like maybe a root shoot. There are a few of them actually growing around here. So be prepared. So as we're here in October, we're starting to talk about the cottonwoods a little bit towards the end of the month. And the maples that start changing a little bit earlier. But as we go along, we'll be talking about more of the willows changing color. And I showed you the Goodings black willow. As we go further along, I'll be showing you more of that. And later on, we'll be talking more about some of these other trees. And as I go up into the mountains towards the end of this month, hopefully the black oaks at Mount Laguna will be changing color. Maybe I can get some good footage of that. Well, today we have another chance to check out some fall color here in Southern California. Today is October 30th, 2024. And over here at Mount Laguna, it's been about 2 months since I've been here. So I'm just going to go wander around and try to get some more footage today. Now, depending on what part of Laguna Mountain Recreation you're visiting, some trees are much further along than others. But predominant fall color tree here is Quercus kelloggi, the California black oak. Some trees are much further along than others. So I'm just gonna go take a little tour around and try to see if I can get some good footage. Over here it's a little sparser. A lot of acorns this year. These California black oaks had a fantastic 2024. Acorn crop it's basically a massed crop. So here I am at the Wooded Hill Group Campground. I'm just going to go take a look through here and see if I can find some good fall color specimens. Let's see what I can find. Well, here's one fall color favorite. This is Western Chokecherry, Prunus virginiana demissa. Probably seen me film a lot of this last year. Now, this year, they seem to peak a little earlier. These ones seem to peak quite early. But we do have some beautiful red and orange fall colors over here. Like I said, we're a little past the peak, so looks like I missed the boat on this one. We even get some burnt colors here too. Kind of adds to a nice display. Yeah. And this is Prunus virginiana demissa. This is definitely a top-notch fall color shrub, especially in these sunnier locations. Ones in the shade might either change later or maybe not so prevalently, but ones out in the sun, these thicket-forming shrubs out in the sun, get the full sun, typically are the ones that change the best. Here on, see, if you notice, I'm swinging around to the shady side on the north side of the shrub, and there's still a lot of green left. That's kind of typical when it comes to leaf changes. That's what I've noticed, is that the sunny side changes first, and the shady side changes later. So there's a lot more foliage still on the north side of the shrubs, and it's usually the ones out in the sun are the ones that change the first. Here we go. Here's a nice little side here. kind of more of an orange color, a burnt orange, a little hint of tan, a little hint of yellow. Prunus virginiana variety demissa is definitely a top-notch shrub. Especially if you live at a higher elevation, you can get some nice fall colors out of these plants. And you can tell this side will be peaking a little bit later. I just love these. I just love this shrub. This is such a cool plant. It has beautiful flowers in late spring. It has these beautiful red drupes, which are basically cherries, but they're supposed to be very unpalatable and not very tasty. If even, yeah, they're not really palatable. I wouldn't be eating them. I think the Native Americans used to do stuff with them, but just a very pleasant, beautiful shrub. I just love these thickets. I love when they form these tall, dense thickets. I think in other parts of this shrub's range, other variants of this might be more upright, and maybe even tree-sized. But yeah, we get these. But here, we just get these really cool thickets. And Mount Laguna, the Laguna Mountain Recreation Area, and this general area is just loaded with chokecherries. So this is just such a pleasurable thing about the Laguna Mountains. There are just lots of chokecherry here. Beautiful shrubs. And some more of the black oaks here seem to have a little more color change. I know I was a little bit further up along this wooded hill road is where I've noticed there were some more changes. So I'm going to go poke around and see if I can find some more footage for us. Now, I'm going to talk a lot about California black oaks and how they can cover entire hillsides with buttery golden yellow fall color. Well, here's a black oak that was thinking differently. This black oak is turning scarlet. So we do get some black oaks that turn red in autumn. And here's one right here. I'm so glad I came to this campground. I would have missed out on this one. Yeah, sometimes black oaks do turn orange and red in autumn. So we got some red leaves on this beauty right here. This is a young California black oak right here. This is still Quercus kelloggi. Predominantly, you're going to see these turn yellow in fall, but you do get some that turn orange and red. And yeah, these are some beautiful red colors coming in. I love when these change red. It's just so cool when these things change different colors. Yeah, this one's really, it's got a mixture of yellow, brown, and red. Some russet, some scarlet. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is the reason why this season is my favorite of the year. Just how beautiful that is. Kind of reminds me of some of the oaks back east, like pin oak. Actually, California black oak is related to the pin oaks of back east, Quercus palustris. They are in the same group. They're red oaks. They're a type of red oak. So yeah, they are fairly closely related, actually, being that they're both red oaks. Again, this is more typical here, more typical. But yeah, that one right there. Oh, that one's got red in it. That is just so beautiful. I love the rogue ones that turn red. Now, there's some areas here in California where you might see a higher percentage of these oaks actually changing red as opposed to yellow. I've noticed along Sherman Pass Road in Tulare County, west of Sherman Pass, there are quite a few oaks I remember seeing in 2021 when I was driving down from Sherman Pass. My friend and I noticed a lot of them on the hillsides that were getting orange and red hues. So some of the ones in the Sierras, some of the populations in the Sierras actually get more red on them too. But yeah, seeing this is very, 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 very beautiful. I just love when these turn red in fall. I've seen a couple in the San Gabriels in Angeles National Forest up in LA County. Occasionally you'll see some of those turn that way. And I think some of the ones in the San Bernardino Mountains might do that too. But it's been a while since I've done an October, early November visit to the San Bernardino Mountains. It's been a while. It's probably gonna be a while before I get out that way again too, because it's far from where I live. But this is pretty close to where I live, so getting out here to Mount Laguna is pretty easy for me. What a beautiful oak! I just love it. I'm gonna get a few pictures of this one. I gotta get some still photos. Here's another one with just a little hint of red in it and orange. That's nice. It's got a little hint of it. Not as much as that other one, but yeah. Yes, indeed. This one's mostly going from yellow to brown. Yeah. There we go. Some red down here too. I love red. Red and scarlet are some of the coolest fall colors. Such a peaceful scene up here. You can hear some Pacific Mountain chickadees. Love the sound of those birds. Perfect complement for a crisp autumn day here. I think it's only supposed to get in the low 50s today. It's in the 40s right now, and it feels great. It feels very invigorating out here. But yeah, we do have some change over here. Yes, indeed. Yeah, the last hike I did on Fraser Mountain, there were so many mountain chickadees just chirping and calling everywhere. Now, see, these oaks here are going to be much later. You can see here. So a lot of these trees will be more colored more towards November, I'm guessing. But yeah. The right time of year to come out here. Usually late October to mid-November is probably your best bet, especially in my experiences. So, again, today's October 30th. Yeah, you do get some color in there. There we go, little mountain chickadees. Yep, Pacific Mountain chickadee. Poecile gambili abbreviatus. Their jovial sounds just complement the palette of color here in Southern California's mountains. So, nothing like the sound of cheerful birds, color of trees changing, oaks changing, contrast with these evergreen Jeffrey pines. And one thing about black oaks is that when their leaves turn dry and start falling off, they kind of give off a very soft woodsy aroma. So if you're around a lot of black oak, you'll just catch a whiff of a very earthy, subtle, not very strong, but noticeable aroma, especially in autumn when the leaves are drying and falling off the trees. So that's another thing to appreciate about fall. It's just that soft woodsy aroma that the oaks give off. All right, I'm gonna go check for a few more oaks along Wooded Hill Road. All right, so I'm hiking along the Wooded Hill Road, and checking around, looking for more color. Just thinking to myself, I'm going to have to go to Palomar Mountain. That's far northern San Diego County. And that's where, honestly, some of the most insane fall color exists. Because there's a lot of this black oak up there too. But there are also many more species of deciduous shrubs that really go bonkers when it comes to the fall foliage change. Gotta admit though, it does look pretty nice when the trees, even if they're not changing the brilliant reds and oranges, when trees are backlit by the sun, they do give off a quite colorful ambiance. I gotta be honest with you. Looking at the yellow and even brown fall color trees, when they're backlit by the sun, look at that. Look at that festive display right there. Yeah, it kind of gives you a even more colorful fall palette, which is really cool. It just adds to it. So I'm gonna go head over here because there are a few different layers to the fall color story over here. It's not just the black oaks. There's some other stuff growing in here that might not change as golden as the California black oak, but very much well worth exploring if you're looking for a variability. But yeah, when these trees are backlit by the sun, just so pleasing. Let's see. Over here it's changing a little bit more. Hasn't quite hit peak over here yet. But yeah, I'm going to go around over here. Some other shrubs over here that are changing color. They won't change as golden as California black oak, but they do kind of pale off to a kind of a palish yellow. And what we have here is common snowberry. This whole thicket here is all common snowberry. This is Symphoricarpus albus variety livegatus. And they usually kind of pale off to a kind of a, I'd say, soft yellow-ish color. They're not brilliant in the sense of turning golden yellow like quaking aspen trees in Colorado or in the Sierras, but the multifaceted, it does add to a multifaceted color palette. Like I said, they are kind of just paling off. But again, when these are backlit by the sun, it's quite noticeable. Yeah, it's a little more subdued, obviously. Symphoricarpus mollis. Common snowberry. No. Symphoricarpus albus variety livegatus. I cannot believe I just did that. Symphoricarpus albus variety livegatus. This is the more upright species that we have. These things are about 3, 4, some of them might even be 5 foot tall. They're more upright. The creeping ones here in Southern California are Symphoricarpus mollis and Symphoricarpus rotundifolius variety parishii. And both those species also do the same thing. They kind of pale off to a greenish yellow, sometimes a pale soft yellow. And in mass, they can be quite festive looking. Of course, these shrubs also have a lot of other really cool redeeming qualities. They're very prolific, and they have these kind of pretty attractive pinkish flowers in the spring, and these white berry-like fruit in late summer and fall. Which are also very redeeming. But, of course, we've got the dried leaf litter underneath here. Yeah, see, look at that. Backlit by the sun kind of has a glorious kind of vibe to it. Probably better looking in person. Very peaceful. Very peaceful in this oaken wood. Beautiful Quercus kelloggi. Pretty much the star of the show today. Let's see. Let's see if I can find some other fall color specimens around. Alright, so I found another red one. Another one that's got a lot of red. This one probably mostly turned yellow, shed already about 75-80% of its leaves, and then the ones that change later tend to be red. That's what I've been noticing. It's a lot of the smaller ones that tend to get the reddish color. Usually. But yeah, I found another one with some russet and some reddish colors. This one too. This one's getting some red too. Some red and orange. I love when I find these ones. Don't get it twisted, I love all of these oaks. But something special, yeah, this one's getting orange on it too. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things is leaf peeping in fall. Especially considering the fact that I'm an amateur botanist in a way. I'm really into botany. So, yeah, this one's getting some orange, red, yellow, and brown all combined. Wow, yeah, what a beautiful tree. What a beautiful California black oak. Look at that. And we always hear that California black oak is our only deciduous oak here in Southern California. Our only deciduous oak. That's not true. We have a few other species of deciduous oaks. A couple of which normally don't change as brilliantly, such as valley oak, which can change to a nice brownish orange, burnt orange color sometimes. And then blue oak, which usually the leaves kind of pale off, maybe turn dull yellow and drop off, at least in my experience. But those, you have to go further north in Southern California, over by northwestern LA County, before you start seeing those native. You want to see valley oaks and blue oaks. And those are two also winter deciduous oaks that fully go deciduous in winter. There is another species here, even here in Southern California, called the brewer oak, Quercus garryana variety brewery. It's a shrub variant of the Oregon white oak, and that one also can change pretty nicely. Like the black oak, a lot of times predominantly yellow and golden colors, but sometimes they can turn orange and russet as well. I've seen that before on Liebre Mountain in northwestern Los Angeles County. Brewer oak can change brilliantly. If you want to see some brewer oak in fall color, you can refer to my ode to brewer oak from last October. If you want to see some footage of the brewer oak, but that was filmed in Tulare County in the Kern River Canyon. But it does. I've seen it change color in LA County equally beautifully. But here we are, just appreciating these oaks here. Just it's subtle, and some of these is still pretty early in their leaf change. But I'm just walking along this little single track and just admiring what we could have going on right now. And I think I found some more western chokecherry coming up, so I'm gonna see if I can get to that. But yeah, brewer oak, valley oak, and blue oak are also deciduous oaks here in Southern California, although you have to go further north in Southern California to see them natively. But they are definitely worth appreciating. Let me go over to some western chokecherries. I'll catch up with you in a minute. I'm kicking myself for missing the peak of this. Probably about a week or two ago. This thing was probably flamed up But we still got some color left. Some more beautiful Western choke cherry. Let me get out in the sun a little bit more so you can see the color. Yeah, I kind of missed the boat on this one. Oh, again, Western choke cherry is, to me, is another stunner when it comes to fall foliage. And again, I'm kicking myself for missing this earlier. Yeah, you gotta kind of time it right. Usually mid-October. It depends on where you are. Some places mid-October, but I've seen full-fledged fall color on some specimens in November as well. Because again, today's October 30th. We're almost done with the month. I just love the orange colors on these. And these ones turn anywhere from pale yellow to golden, almost quaking aspen yellow, down to orange, red, scarlet, crimson, russet red, and even purple. So if you want a wide fall color palette, Western choke cherry is a good specimen. You probably want to live in an area which gets colder nights in fall if you really want the fall color change to be brilliant, but that'd be a plant I would love to try where I live. I live in Santee. I mean, I could probably get away with growing it, but I don't know if it would change as brilliantly in autumn as it would up here, because we're about 5,900 feet above sea level here. Yeah, most of these Western choke cherries here are already almost leafless, already for winter. So, yeah, I did kind of miss the boat a little bit on that, but I noticed that when I go to Palomar Mountain, sometimes the fall show there can last well into November. So I'm anticipating within the next 2 weeks doing a Palomar visit, probably adding to the fall color video. Here's another species of fall color. It's not really a deciduous shrub, but yes, we do have a variant or subspecies of sticky cinquefoil, and they also redden off in fall too. That's a variant or a subspecies of Drimocallis glandulosa. And then over here, there's a barbed wire fence, so I'm not crossing this and tearing my stuff up. Right there in the middle there, that yellow shrub right there, that's another common find here. And that's Utah serviceberry, Amelanchier or utahensis. And it's changing very nicely too. Mostly yellow, but I have seen specimens of those turn orange in fall too. Usually pale to medium yellow, but occasionally I've seen them turn orange too. So, yeah. Just because it's Southern California doesn't mean it's hot and sunny all year long. It's sunny most of the year long, don't get it twisted, but you know where to look. You can find fall color. And it's not just relegated to these higher elevations. Again, we're just under 6,000 feet. Later on in fall, towards November and even December, you can find some pretty juicy stuff even near cities like San Diego, Los Angeles, because there are ornamental trees and even some native trees and shrubs and vines that do change color. So that's why I say don't count Southern California out if you're looking for some seasonal color. If you know where to go, and it's my prerogative to let you know where to go, you can experience it. And that's why I do these videos, especially the fall color videos, because if you want to know where to find fall color, I can find it, and I can show you where to find where you can find it for yourself. Well, that's why I always try to do a very diligent job of expressing precisely the locations where I find it. So you want to find it, you can find it quite easily without looking around too much. But sometimes this stuff, once you drive up into the mountains, pretty much any nook and cranny you can easily get to, you can find some pretty nice stuff. And that's the aim of this video, is to help you find these places so you can experience it. Now, by the time I release the video, since I'm doing it over an entire season, you're likely best bet is to plan it for next year, because I'm trying to do a chronological dissertation on where you can find this juicy stuff, and by the time it's released, usually the season's long over. So maybe for planning for next year, just enjoy this color change here along this trail. I don't even know what the name of this trail is, but I'm just going to follow it for a little bit more, and that'll probably just about wrap up my Mount Laguna area. I'm going to drive along Sunrise Highway, so I'll probably point out a few more spots. Alright, so I haven't moved much since the last clip. I'm coming across some California rose that's getting a little hint of fall color on it. Depending on where you go, Rosa californica can get some pretty nice fall colors too. You kind of have to know where to find them. Well, to find them in color. And unfortunately, sometimes that seems to me, in my experience, tends to be kind of by chance. Now, usually in the mountains is where you're going to expect to find California rose with more fall color on it. Again, this is Rosa californica. Now here, we have some yellowing, but sometimes California rose can turn orange and even red. Up here, you might be able to see a little hint of red on some of the leaves here of Rosa californica. You occasionally get some fall color on California rose. These higher elevations, they tend to be winter deciduous, shedding their leaves in fall and leafless in winter. And in the higher elevation, the lower elevations, sometimes near San Diego and lower elevation places, they tend to sometimes have more persistent leaves on them that last through the winter. So let's see. I'm gonna go see if I can find one real quickly that has more fall. Oh, here we go. Here's some changing of the leaves. Little bit, little humble changing of color. Sometimes you want to look at the micro details. I'm gonna go see if I can find some more real quickly. Seek it, I shall find. Here we go. Yeah, some of these roses are turning kind of orange right now. So, like these, a lot of times people tend to, especially leaf peepers, tend to look at the macro details, like the big trees. They go to New England looking for the sugar maples. They look for the sugar maples, especially the sugar maples and red maples that change scarlet and red in autumn. But sometimes you gotta look at the micro details, or else you might miss some really cool things. And that's what I like to do, especially because a lot of our fall color plants are actually shrubs here in Southern California. We do have our key trees like the California black oak, because I've probably shown you a lot of footage on this segment focusing on them. But sometimes you gotta look at the shrubs. The shrubs a lot of times, and western chokecherry is one of them that I've been pointing out a couple times as well. But sometimes there are other things like rose, California rose, skunk brush, gooseberries and currants, especially Sierra gooseberry. Been known to change some pretty gnarly colors, and they get a lot more of the reds. So most of our larger trees tend to get more of a yellow fall color. The shrubs, that's where you're going to be finding a lot more of the reds and oranges, is on our shrubs. And you see here, there's some oranges popping up. So yeah, so don't just, if you're looking for fall colors, don't just look for the trees. Definitely look for the trees, but don't just look at the trees. You might shortchange yourself. If you want to look at some of these other plants again, like the sticky cinquefoil. Gosh, I get so excited sometimes I just can't speak right. I just get so excited about plants. But yeah, sticky cinquefoil is another plant. Again, they leaves die back to the root systems, and the root system persists through the fall and winter months. So before the leaves go the plant goes dormant, it also changes pretty nice colors as well. So when you're trying to appreciate fall color here in Southern California, sometimes you have to squat down and look a little bit. Especially, there might be areas where the trees are all evergreen, but you might find a vine or a small shrub that has a blaze of color. Look at this California rose. This is a beautiful specimen right here. This one's really going, turning orange, some burnt colors, and some reddish colors. Yeah, this is, again, Rosa californica. One of at least a couple of species of roses we have here in Southern California. But yes, even plants that aren't even woody, because typically you think of woody shrubs, woody trees, and woody vines as being your fall color, what you're limited to on fall color. That's not true. Herbaceous perennials can also change color, just like I just showed you. And yeah, here we go, some more snowberry, some more Symphoracarpus albus variety livegatus. This one is changing more color now. This one's starting to get a pale, but definitely more noticeable yellow than the other thickets I was showing earlier. No, wait a minute. No. I got this wrong. I'm looking at a different species of snowberry. Earlier on, I had pointed out the taller one, which is Symphoracarpus albus variety Symphoracarpus albus variety livegatus, and now that's the common snowberry. Now I'm seeing the creeping snowberry. I was looking at these assuming these were all the snowberries, but no, these are more roses. This is the creeping snowberry here. This here we have Symphoracarpus mollis. This is Symphoracarpus mollis. This is creeping snowberry. And this one tends to be changing more color than the common snowberry that I showed earlier on. Very nice. This one's tending to get a little bit more of a brilliant yellow than the other ones. So yeah, I think this is creeping snowberry. Well, sometimes they can be quite similar. I gotta think about this one actually, because this part here tends to be a little more upright. So we might be still looking at, yeah, but look at these. I think this is Symphoracarpus mollis here. This is more of the creeping type of snowberry. So I think we have I think we have those two species here. Here's some more of it here. This definitely tends to be more of a creeping, kind of arched, not so upright form here. So yeah. Mount Laguna is definitely where it's popping, as you can see. Know where to look, you'll find some beautiful fall color. And I have something else I need to point out, so I'm going to go over towards it. I found some western chokecherries that have more color on them, so let me go head over there. It looks like I just hit the money shots of the day. I just came across some western chokecherry at peak. Yes, indeed. Orange. Look at the brilliant orange on these western chokecherries. This is the money shot of the Laguna Mountains portion of this video. Look at this. Orange. Beautiful orange western chokecherries here. Yes, indeed. I saw this from over by where I was filming the roses. I just happened to see it out of the corner of my eye. And I just found the money shot. This is a peak western chokecherry. Oh boy, I gotta walk through some rose thickets here. Just gotta be careful, I don't want to get torn up. And these ones are orange. Yeah. Western chokecherry at its peak. Yes, again, I preach it. I'm gonna keep preaching this principle here. Look for the shrubs if you want to see the most variable fall color here in Southern California. Look for the shrubs. Look at that. Absolutely stupendous. Absolutely insanely beautiful fall color over here. Yes. Yes, caught this at the peak. And there's another thicket over there that has some orange and reds in it. So I'm gonna have to go head down there too. All right, I'm gonna get some pictures of this. All right, so we're approaching the next thicket of western chokecherries that even has more color on it. So yeah, we got that burnt, almost like burnt sugar-like color on some of these as well. This one's a deeper orange, almost approaching red. And then I got this large thicket over here. I'll just maneuver around this black oak really quickly, if I can without breaking off the branches. But I found a really cool looking thicket over here. Looks like there's a use trail cutting through here too. I might be able to follow this back where I'm parked. Here we go, another tall thicket of Prunus virginiana variety demissa. And this one's just absolutely stunning. I swear these are just the coolest. Look at that. This is some of the coolest fall color we get. There's another shrub that's not really related, but it can get similar sized, usually a little bit shorter. But it's a creek dogwood, Cornus sericea subspecies occidentalis, that gets similar fall colors, but sometimes gets more of a crimson red as well. These can get red, bright red. But these ones tend to be more of an orange color. But yeah, creek dogwood, and then Pacific dogwood, which is usually a large shrub to sometimes medium-sized tree, which I hope to get towards the end of this footage, get some more dogwood footage. I'm going to go up to Powell Mountain. It's also where I'm going to finish my spotlight video that I started on Pacific dogwood. But again, western chokecherry is one of my favorite fall color species. And I love when these thickets get tall too. These are maybe about 10, 12, maybe about 15 feet tall. Oh, I just can't get enough of this. So yes, Southern California definitely has leaf peeping. And we're about an hour east of San Diego. Yes, we are an hour east of San Diego, in San Diego County, Southern California. Yes, we are. Yes. An hour's drive at most from San Diego. Slightly less than an hour from where I live in Santee. And look at this. And there's another thicket over there I'm going to go check out too before I end this segment of the fall color. First off, before I go over there, before I head over to that other western chokecherry thicket, here's another plant, another herbaceous plant, which is western bracken fern, Pteridium aquilinum variety pubescens. Occasionally found here. You'll find this a lot at Palomar Mountain. You'll find this a lot at Palomar Mountain. Another fall color plant. It's not a shrub. It's not a tree. It's an herbaceous plant. It's not even a flowering plant. It's a fern. And yes, when these go dormant, they go dormant to their roots during the winter months. They're dormant, and they send up these fronds during the spring and summer months before they go dormant. That's another thing to look out for, fall color wise. Bracken ferns, a lot of times will start changing earlier than the other plants. So a lot of times it'll start with those. So yeah, western bracken fern's another plant you should look out for when you're looking for fall color. Now I'm going to go head over towards this western chokecherry thicket. It's going to be a little backlit, unless I can find another way to get to there. All right, so this one will get the advantage of, I don't know if it's an advantage depending on how you look at it, but here's some backlit western chokecherry right here. Look at that. Backlit by the sun. So yeah, a lot of orange. Beautiful orange. Yes, indeed. This is a fall color magnificent. Fall color magnificent. Let's put it that way. Yes, Mount Laguna is a place you will find some pretty nice fall foliage. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and see. This might be towards the end of the Mount Laguna footage, the October footage. So unless I find something else before I'm back to where I'm parked, but if I do, I'll point it out. All right, so I ended up following the trail. I ended up all the way up here at Agua Dulce. So let's see what's changing color over here. Well, here's a closer look at Utah serviceberry, Amelanchier utahensis. Yes, this one's got a nice rich buttery yellow color. Yes, these are cool shrubs. I love me some serviceberries. They're related to the roses and the chokecherries that grow here. Yes, indeed. Amelanchier utahensis. Here's a nice little thicket of it here. There's another thicket of it right here. Very handsome. Very handsome. Here's a western chokecherry that's barely started changing color. Very interesting. This one's still mostly green. This is another Prunus virginiana variety demissa, a huge thicket. Starting to change some color. This is a very large specimen right here. Just starting to change. Very handsome. So yes, so I ended up following the trail all the way up here to Agua Dulce. So yeah, Mount Laguna definitely has nooks and crannies where you're gonna find some pretty nice fall color. I think what this is gonna do is basically wrap up my Mount Laguna footage, and subsequent clips should be coming up in other areas here in Southern California. So stay tuned for more awesomeness coming up on Fall Color Southern California, Volume 2, 2024. Here's a nice fall color spot right here. We got Western Poison Oak. We're definitely past the peak on Poison Oak. Poison Oak often colors earlier. We still got some orange, some red, and even some yellow. Still looks very nice and beautiful though. Let's put it that way. And of course we got a lot of the leaves changing on these sycamores too. So beautiful. Very beautiful. All right. Some fall color, baby. Some crepe myrtle hybrids. I think these are hybrid crepe myrtles. I think this is Lagerstremia farre, I believe. Look at the leaf change on this. Yes, indeed. Beautiful fall colors here. This one right here is taking the cake. Look at that. Yes, fall color in San Diego. I think this is Lagerstremia farre. Yeah, I think this is like another golden Monterey cypress. Look at that. Interesting. Let's look at that beautiful fall color right there. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Yep. Yep, even in San Diego. Yes, we have fall color. Looks like this one's already lost its leaves. That was very quick. This one lost its leaves early. Yeah, today is November 14th. Well, so now I'm on Limerick Avenue here in San Diego, trying to get some fall color footage of these beautiful sweet gum trees here. Liquid Ambarstera cyflua. Yep, want to get more footage of this tree this year. There's a lot of them growing. A lot of them growing along here. So I'm going to go ahead and walk a short distance and try to share the foliage with you. Some more sweet gums right here. These ones are getting reddish purple hues. Yep, one of my favorite fall color trees. The noble sweet gum from eastern half of North America. There'll be some more on the other side too. So I'm just going to keep taking you along for a short distance. See some more of these trees in fall color. There we go, some more right on the other side. This one's just starting. The shadier side is going to change later. The sunnier side changes first. Yep. Yes, indeed. Been loving sweet gums ever since I was a kid. There's a little root shoot right here. Yeah, see? These little root shoots change color in autumn. Well, I think this is a passion flower. Interesting. Well, that's not the subject of my fall color. So I'm going to turn down this street because I saw something that was brilliant red. So let's go take a look. There we go. Coming up to a really brilliantly colored one here. That's full scarlet. Look at that, backlit by the sun. Wow. Yes, this is where it's popping, folks. Look at that. Incredible. Apparently I was wrong. This is no longer Limerick. This is Charger Boulevard. I think it's Limerick further up. Limerick Avenue up closer to Claremont Mesa. I guess it turns into Charger Boulevard. But yeah. Nice to get some fall color foliage here. These beautiful sweet gum trees that never disappoint. To add to that display, we even have some crepe myrtle trees coming up. Crepe myrtles. It's another one of our good fall color trees. Look at that. Well, that right there, that's not a fall color tree. This right here started to turn red. Yeah, That tree in the last picture I thought was a crepe myrtle at first. The one on the left is, and it's changing color. The one on the right is actually a Caribbean copperleaf, which mostly has red leaves year round. So at least I got to see it before I knew what was up. I knew what was up. So here we go. Good old sweet gums. Just love this beautiful scarlet red. Alright, I think this is going to end this segment. I think I'm just about at Balboa. Yep, beautiful sweet gums, liquid ambar styraciflua. Yep, had to get some footage of these trees changing color. So, who knows where I'll be next. Yep, right next to these Alexander, these Phoenix palms. Yep. Little tropical accent, little temperate accent. Pretty interesting juxtaposition. If you're in San Diego, you can have your cake and eat it too. You can have tropicals and fall color trees all next to one another. Alright, see you on the next clip of my fall color video. I wonder what else we'll find. Okay, our next stop on our botanical tour. Yes, indeed. I saw these trees from above the canyon earlier. I was waiting until I finally got down here. These are ginkgo trees, ginkgo biloba. Now I was talking about trees that live in tropical and Mediterranean climates, and in trees that are originally from much more northerly climates. Well, here's one from a more northerly climate. Yes, indeed, the ginkgo tree. Yep, brilliant golden yellow fall color. Yep, these are the ginkgo trees. I can tell this is a female because these trees are dioecious. Male pollen and female seeds occur on separate trees. I could tell, I think this one's a female because I think I see seeds on the ground. Seeds. Now, ginkgo is not a flowering tree, despite looking like a broadleaf. It's a broadleaf in the sense that it has broader leaves on it, but ginkgos are not angiosperms. They're not flowering plants. They're not flowering, and they don't have true fruits, despite the fact that they look like they do. These are called gymnosperms. These are gymnosperms. They are more closely related to coniferous trees. In other words, trees that bear cones with seeds. Alright, I'm just about to hit my turnaround point. Right here at this section of fall color. Beautiful. Look at this fall coat on these California sycamores. They take a while. They take a while to get their colors, but when they do, they can really be nice. Especially the ones that get, from up close they look brown, but from a distance they almost look burnt orange. Well, now today is Thursday, December 5th, 2024. This will be likely my last set of clips for my fall color video. Look at this colonnade of crepe myrtles. Look at that. Scarlet. Beautiful. More crepe myrtles lining up this little walkway here. So this will probably be my last set of clips for my Fall Color 2024 video, but I just want to walk along this. And today I am filming in my own city, Santee. That's where I'm filming this. Look at these crepe myrtles. Beautiful. Beautiful trees. Look at this. Yeah, the crepe myrtle's colored very well this year. This one's got a fiesta of different colors on it. And over to this little end here. Look at that. Yeah. Yep, crepe myrtles. Very good fall color trees here in Southern California. Yes, indeed. I'm going to do one more quick little walkthrough. You can see it backlit by the sun. Yeah, I like the festive colors on these crepe myrtles. I think these are the hybrid ones. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get a good backlit. But here we go. Look at that. Very nice color here. Beautiful trees. Cool flowering trees in the summer, but fall color, that's where it is for me. All right. Let's see what else I find fall color wise to wrap up this video. Okay, coming up on some more fall color here on the Chinese flame tree. These are much later to color than most of our other trees. This is Colereteria bipinata. It does get a nice golden, sometimes brilliantly golden yellow in late autumn and early winter. And it does have a close relative that is planted here, which is Colereteria panicula, a golden rain tree. And those fall colors can be pretty golden as well. Now we saw some fall color on some of our natives here too. Let's see if I can get to a better position. Not much left, but some of our goodies willows here still have some yellow on them. Still maybe just a little color left on the cottonwoods. I'm trying to get some footage left. Got some on this cottonwood here too. Populus fremontii, subspecies fremontii. Most of these trees are well past peak, going into leaflessness. Again, we are in December. There we go, there's another shot of that Chinese flame tree right there. So yeah, we're getting close to the end of fall color for this year, but I'm trying to get a last little bit of footage of it before it's over. So let me see if I can catch any more last vestiges of it before I finish editing this video and send it off. come upon a thicket of Chinese flame trees naturalizing over here. So I ended up just getting some fall color here. Again, these trees are much later to change than a lot of our other trees. So you can get some festive color pretty late into the year. So yep, your Chinese flame trees up close. And of course, our native cottonwoods too. Yep, get that beautiful yellow color as well. And these are our native Fremont cottonwoods here, of course. All right. So, I'm starting to wrap up my fall color video for this year. Starting to get some foliage change here on these Chinese elms, Ulmus parvifolia. Starting to get some orange, burnt sugar colors, slight reddish hues. Yeah, Chinese elm. This tree has a very, very complicated ecology, because some of these trees stay almost evergreen, some of them are half deciduous, some of them are fully deciduous and shed their leaves in autumn and early winter. This one looks like this is a fully deciduous one. As you see, some of the leaf colors are very nice. Kind of almost a burnt sugar color. Yes. These ones tend to be the deciduous ones. And they're one of the relatively few elm species that flower and fruit in fall. Will flower in September and set seed in October, November. They still got a lot of seeds on them. Yes, almost parvifolia. Yes. The Chinese elm. And their colors run from yellow to burnt sugar. Very nice. Nice to get some fall color of Chinese elm before I end this video. I want to get some different species this year that I really didn't get last year. I usually got a lot of the same species as last year, but really wanted to get some of these other ones here. Let's see. There we go. It's kind of getting a burnt color to it, which is really nice. And they can get red and even purple colors as well on the ones that are deciduous. Even the ones that are semi-deciduous sometimes can get some colors as well. Look at that Chinese elm right there. Beautiful tree. Very beautiful tree. Yeah, I'll get a couple pictures of this. All right, so I'm going to be in my last filming location for my Fall Color 2024 video. Today is still December 5th. And we got some Fraxinus velutina, Arizona, or velvet ash, which is actually native here to Southern California. Yep. Turning golden yellow. Go over to some other specimens real quickly. Yep. Arizona ash, Fraxinus velutina. Even the non-native shamble ash occasionally gets some color on it when it goes briefly deciduous for a short period. This is Fraxinus Udi. These ones go briefly deciduous as well. Sometimes they get yellow fall color too. Yep, there they are. Fraxinus volutina, the native Arizona ash. Beautiful golden yellow. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see what else I find before I wrap this video up. Okay, next up on our fall color tour of Woodglen Vista Park is Graves Oak. Quercus gravesii, aka Chiso's red oak. Yes, this one gets more of a purple color. Probably scarlet to purple in autumn. Now I've seen these trees here before at this park, but their fall color is pretty interesting. Yep, Quercus gravesii. This is native to Texas and adjacent Mexico, I believe. Probably find this at Big Bend National Park, I would imagine. But they get a purple to scarlet. Pretty interesting. Yes, we do have some fall color on some oaks here. Here's another one up here. Let's see how we're looking on this one. Very nice. Kind of looks similar to our native California black oak, doesn't it? A little bit. It's a fairly close relative. It's in the red oak group, or the black oak group. Yes, Quercus gravesii. Get some fall color here too. Yes, indeed. We'll find what else we're going to find. Giving off some fall color vibes as we end fall and go into winter. Here's some fall color on a bald cypress. Taxodium disticum, variety disticum. Yep. Not very often you're going to be hearing me talk about fall color on a coniferous tree. Or red-shouldered hawk. Yep. This is a American bald cypress right here. Taxodium disticum, variety disticum. Yes. Beautiful tree. Yeah, that's fall color too. It's going deciduous. Yep. This is a deciduous relative of our redwoods and sequoias. Native to the southeastern U.S. Right here. Beautiful Taxodium disticum, variety disticum. American bald cypress. Very nice looking tree. Very nice looking. Beautiful fall colors too. For a little more fall color. Trying to get a couple more species in before I leave. Now, these aren't the most colorful examples, but here we have Pistacia chinensis. This is the Chinese pistache. Fall color on these can range from yellow to scarlet and even purple. So this is Pistacia chinensis, Chinese pistache. These ones tend to turn more yellow colored. Let's see, a couple more trees around here. See if I can get some footage of them. Here they are in winter. like in their winter silhouette. Here's some of the more reddish fall color that they get right over here, actually. Here's an example of what they can turn. Scarlet red, compound foliage. So let's see. Any last little tidbits before I end this video? Let's see. Well, down the way we have Bradford flowering pears, which also turn red to scarlet and purple. See if I can get a little closer up on some of them. There we go. Bradford flowering pear changing scarlet. Pears Caloriana. Yep. Alright, time to start winding down this video. Some more sweet gum trees here, American sweet gums. Very nicely handsome trees. Pretty reliable. Yes, indeed. Liquid amber stericiflua. Yep, I got a lot of them planted here. About came here in October. Could have gotten that right there. Honey locust. It'll turn golden yellow. Yeah, a lot of these Bradford flowering pears very late to change color. But when I do, they change very nicely. There's another sweet gum here. A little more orange color. Alright, well, I think this is going to basically wrap it up for my Fall Color 2024 video. I hope you enjoyed some of the fall color I was able to get footage of. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in 2025's Fall Color video, Volume 3. Thanks for watching.